Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. So today the Springbok Squad was announced it was announced this morning. Yeah, I think yesterday was the All Blacks were released as well. So Rassie named his squad this morning. It's very interesting. There's quite a few issues that I've picked up that I'd like to discuss. And then, sorry, I'm just going to turn my phone off here. I don't want anyone to call halfway through the thing. So just to discuss a few players, there's been a few uncapped players that have joined, which is quite exciting. And it's nice that it's not like at the beginning of the year when there were so many uncapped players. Now there's just three, and it's quite a nice mix of new and old. But let's go through the side. So first off, we've got the props. We've got Thomas du Toit, Stephen Kitsoff, Wilco Louw, Frans Malherbe, and Tendai Mataurira. So I think that's probably our best set of props that we have. Trevor Njinkani is injured at the moment. It would also be another choice. But yeah, I'd say that those are our five best props in the country at the moment. We go across to number 2. I got Malcolm Marx, Bongi Mnambi, and Aka van der Merwe. I think 3 rock solid number 2s, and the nice thing about these number 2s is they all bring something different to the mix. I think Malcolm Marx is probably our best player for the whole squad. Bongi Mnambi is an exceptional number 2, and then Aka van der Merwe actually brings some real go forward kind of ball, and the guy's really fast. For the locks, we've got Pieter-Steph du Toit, Eben Etzebeth, Franco Mostert, Marvin Ori, and Archie Snyman. I think that's a great selection of locks. The only one that I've got a bit of a problem with, that's why I've marked him in red, is Eben Etzebeth. Not taking anything away from him, I think he's a world-class lock, but he hasn't played this whole year. He's had no game time at all. We haven't seen him once in the Super Rugby, so it's a little bit of an issue for me because there are players that have really stepped up this year that could have taken that kind of spot, and he is there on reputation as opposed to performance at the moment. So, but saying that, maybe Rassie's got an idea of maybe getting him to play the first 20 minutes or the first last 10 minutes or last 20 minutes of a game, and then slowly build them up into that back up to match fitness. But I think starting out at international level from an injury, I think is a little bit short-sighted. But I haven't seen Eben in training, and maybe he's on full form at the moment. But yeah, I'm not detracting from his skill. I'm just saying I just haven't seen him play at the moment. But it's not that we're the only country that has done that. I know New Zealand have Dane Coles included, and he's there on reputation as opposed to his performance for the year. So yeah, it's not Sonny Bill Williams, the same thing. So yeah, but let's just hope. For the flanks, we've got Carl Brink, our first debutant, our first uncapped player. Jean-Luc Dupree, he might be under a bit of an injury scare at the moment still, so we'll see if he still makes it, but he's an exceptional player. Siya Kolisi is the captain again. Francois Louw, it's great to see Francois Louw back. Got 57 caps. He's an exceptional rugby player, and I think with Dwayne Vermeulen out, I think Francois Louw brings that needed kind of stability for, especially because Siya needs people that he can rely on and people that are leaders, and I think Francois Louw does bring that experience through to the pack. Skumbuzo Noche, excellent player too. Marco van Staden, great to see another uncapped player there. So 2 uncapped flanks coming through. I think Carl Brink had an exceptional season this year, so it's great to see him. Only one traditional 8th man, and that's Warren Whiteley. I was trying to think, maybe Rassie was thinking of having Jean-Luc as a backup to Warren Whiteley. But to have one 8th man, I think, especially with Warren Whiteley, he's had a lot of injuries in the past. Thank the Pope that he hasn't been injured this season. Well, he was injured at the beginning of the season, but he hasn't ended the season off with a bad injury. But yeah, overall, I think the forwards have a great mix. They've got a lot of experience. Yeah, I think from a forward point of view, I think we're pretty rock solid, and we can compete against any one of the other Rugby Championship sides. Now we go across through to the backs. So obviously we've got 4 scrum halves, which I think maybe one too many. Ross Cronje, I know he didn't perform that well last year, but he's had an exceptionally great Super Rugby season. He has been playing really, really well, so it's great to see him included in the side. Faf de Klerk, next international player that's come through, which is wonderful to see him playing too. So yeah, he was great against England. So yeah, having that kind of experience and that real energizer bunny kind of go forward kind of players is brilliant. Then the last two, I just feel that I know they've got Ambrose Papier and Evan Fatsale. I just think we need to choose one or the other. We need to back the one that we want to take forward, because looking at this, we've only got one proper fullback, and that's Willie Leroux, and it would have been nice to have another fullback, because I know Warwick Galant is injured, and he would have been the backup or the player just behind Willie Leroux. So yeah, it would be nice that we can make the decision, but maybe it's going to be made through this Rugby Championship. Then at fly half, we've got Elton Jantjies, Handré Pollard, and Damien Willemse. It's so great to see Damien Willemse there. I think he's had an exceptional season. I hope he gets blooded slowly and he doesn't get thrown in the deep end, because I think he is the future, but he needs some time to settle into that position. Elton Jantjies I think he's just having a real run of bad form at the moment. It's just, I don't know, he's just, that last game against the Crusaders, he really, really came under a lot of pressure, and he really felt wanting. And I don't know, I think it's time maybe to look at somebody else, but maybe Rassie's got a plan to work with Elton, because Handré Pollard is going to be the starting number 10, I'm sure of it, and then Elton will come through later on in the game, and then Damien Willemse hopefully will get a run in or two, and he slowly gets blooded into that position, and he can be the backup to Handré Pollard. From the centres, we've got Lekonyo Arm and Andre Esthuizen from the Sharks. Brilliant players. Andre Esthuizen, he was in my top team for Super Rugby. He's a brilliant go-forward kind of player. Next, we've got Jesse Kriel and Lionel Mapu. Jesse Kriel, I've always liked Jesse Kriel. This year, his lines have improved, and he's been running a lot straighter. So, and he really does it super fit and very, very strong. So, I think he's always a great addition. I've always liked him. Lionel Mapu played excellently for the Lions. On the wings, I've got Fio Durante, Makazola Mpimpi, and Lwazi Mvovo. Yeah, we don't see Sabu Nkosi because he's injured at the moment. But Fio Durante has had an exceptional Super Rugby season. The guy's he's got so much gas, and I think he's on the same kind of level as, and you will see after this Rugby Championship. Not there yet, but after this Rugby Championship, you'll be mentioning his name in the same sentences as Wasaki Nahola. I just have that feeling. He's got so much gas, and he's not scared to tackle. So I think it's great to see him there. Pity Ruan Combrink didn't get through, but you can only choose so many players. And then we've only got one proper fullback, and that's Willie Leroux. I'm not sure of any other players that could probably cover that kind of position. Maybe Damien Willemse will be covering fullback, but fullback's that's a hard position to be blooded into. You really need to be able to control those up and unders. But yeah, that's the side that we have for the Rugby Championship. Overall, I think it's a great side. One or two decisions that three players that I think we need to see, and that's Elton Jantjies and Eben Etzebeth and Jean-Luc. So we just need to see how they perform. Look, it's great to see Eben Etzebeth back. I just hope maybe they get to a Super Rugby, not a Super Rugby game, but they get to play some kind of rugby beforehand. But nothing beats getting game time's the only way to really get back into perfect form. But listen, guys, what do you think of the team? I like it. I think it's a great mix of experience and a new blood. I think it's a team that can win the Rugby Championship. I did look at the All Black selection, and good grief, they've got game breakers and game players across that whole field. So, but of our Super Rugby players, I think this is probably the best kind of squad that we could have selected to go up against them. And I still wrote down at the beginning of the year that we were going to beat the All Blacks at least once this year. We'll see which game it's going to be. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think of the squad? Who would you include? Who would you have excluded? And please write your comments down below. And here's looking forward to a great Rugby Championship. But chat to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.